Calvary kids, welcome to Wednesday. It's 1 o'clock and we are live on Facebook right now. And I just wanted to pick up with our story where we left off. So yesterday, Miss Lindsay was telling us all about how Jesus was in Gethsemane and he was praying. And then at the very end of her story, something happened. And it was kind of sad and it was kind of bad. But we know we've got a good end to our story. But today's part of our story is not so good either. But we know there's something good happening. It comes on Sunday. So yesterday, Miss Lindsay was talking, and Jesus, at the end of her story, Jesus was arrested. He was arrested. So we're going to pick up with that part of the story today. And today we're going to be talking about Jesus when he's on trial. And this comes from Mark 15, verses 1 through 15. So if you want to follow along, or if you're following along with doing your devotional with us, that's where you're going to be looking. And in our lesson today, Jesus was taken to Pilate. Who's Pilate? Does he fly planes? No. He was kind of like a judge. He was kind of a ruler. And so they took him there, and he was trying to decide if Jesus was innocent or guilty. Innocent or guilty. And so he asked Jesus, "Are you the king of the Jews?" And Jesus said, "Yep, I am." And he asked Jesus some other questions. And Jesus kind of just stood there and stayed quiet, didn't answer, didn't say anything, didn't really have anything to say because he hadn't done anything wrong. And so Pilate even realized, this guy's innocent. He hasn't done anything wrong at all. And so one thing that they did during this time of the year is they normally would release one guy who's been like in jail. They would release him back out to the public and let him have a fresh start. And so there was a guy that was about to be, they needed to release a guy. And so they were trying to decide, is it going to be, like, maybe I'll just give him Jesus. We'll let Jesus go back. And so he said, here, you can have Barabbas, or you can have Jesus. So here's this guy, Barabbas. Barabbas was a bad guy. I mean, a really, really bad guy. He had been into trial before. He had been convicted. He's already been in jail for a while. And so he thought, here, they're not going to want this guy. This guy's a bad guy. And then there's Jesus, who's not done anything wrong. They're going to pick Jesus. So he's like, okay, do you want this bad guy or do you want Jesus? And they started yelling, give us Barabbas, give us Barabbas. Pilate was shocked. He was like, you want this bad guy? Are you sure? Are you sure that you want this bad guy? This guy over here, Jesus, he's done nothing wrong. And they kept yelling, give us Barabbas, give us Barabbas. And so he said, okay, but what do you want me to do with Jesus? What am I going to do with him? And the crowd started to yell, crucify. Crucify means putting to death on the cross, having him die on the cross. And Pilate was kind of shocked because maybe like send him to jail, give him some kind of consequence, but to have him die on the cross, a really painful death. And so they were yelling, crucify him, crucify him. And Pilate actually went over to a little bowl that he had, and he actually washed his hands and said, this is not on me. I'm not taking responsibility for this. You can have the bad guy. And Jesus is now sentenced to be crucified, but he didn't do anything wrong. And that's where our story ends today. It's kind of the sad part of our story. But we know that Sunday's coming, and Sunday's when our story ends with a really good thing. So don't forget to work on your devotional this week. So today's lesson again was from Mark 15, verses 1 through 15. And don't forget to think of your challenge, your activity that you're supposed to do today. So Jesus was willing to do all of this for us because he loved us. He was willing to die on the cross for us so that we could have forgiveness of our sins. He was willing to take our place and go through this really bad time for us because he loves us. So let's think of someone that we love. We're all kind of stuck in our houses right now with our siblings and our parents. And your parents do a lot of stuff for you. Think about it. Have they done stuff for you today? Yes, they've done lots of things for you. And so let's think of something really nice that you could do for your parents. Maybe pick an area to do something extra, like maybe clean. Maybe go up to your mom and say, hey mom, is it okay if I vacuum the living room for you? Hey mom, is it okay if I clean the toilet for you? The toilet? It's kind of gross, but it might make your mom's day. So think of something that you can do today, every single one of you. Think of something you can do today to show love to your family and your parents, just like Jesus was willing to die on the cross because he loved us. And don't forget to come back tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Miss Kayla's going to pick up with our story with where the story leaves off next. You guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for coming today. Bye.